Today we're going to talk about how to help your hand open up in order to be able to reach large intervals. One of the things that came up when I was making the video on the strengthening of the fourth finger was a discussion with some people about how really the fourth finger needs to be accommodated first so that it doesn't have to strain so much, and that the stronger fingers, the first and second fingers, and especially the first finger, should be working harder because those muscles in those fingers are stronger. So what I'll show you today is how to be able to open the hand with a couple of exercises. Professor Rowland told me always, he said this over and over again, never be bored when you're practicing, but be creative and come up with ways to solve the technical problems that you have. So I'm going to show you an exercise that I just came up with, but it was with this open hand in mind. Bear with me here because it's a little painful to the ears, but it certainly does get at this problem of the technique of opening your hands. I'm going to start by putting my 3 fingers down on the A string, and I'm going to move then my first finger over to the D string, so I have an E there and a D there. I'll play that as a double stop, but now with my hand in a very comfortable position, I'm going to start sliding with my first finger back toward an E flat in a pattern like this. So I get a pretty atonal sound. It's a dissonance, but it does help to move my finger, and I also like to hear what my finger is doing, so that's why I'm going ahead and playing it that way. You can transfer that little exercise using any rhythms that you like. Slurring is best to any pairs, any of the other 2 pairs of strings. So if I went over to the D string and G string, I would get this kind of a sound, which is very good because that helps me to move a little bit inward with my elbow to be able to reach better with my first finger. Etc. And of course you could do that on the A and the E strings. Now that's just the first step. Because I'm using third finger as the highest, I want to also incorporate the fourth finger. So I'm going to lift my second finger off. I will make sure that my third and my first are down on those 2 notes, D here, E here. And now I'm going to add my fourth finger, so I'm on E flat here. Now my third and fourth are going to stay together, but I'm leaving my second finger up a little bit so that it can float as my first finger moves backwards and forwards. So what you'll hear then when my first finger goes back is an E flat octave matching with my fourth finger. So I start with this dissonance, and then here's how the exercise will sound. Notice that I'm trying to make sure that I maintain a rounded fourth finger. This exercise encourages the hand to be focused on the outer part, this part of the weaker fingers, the fourth finger and the third finger, so that the first finger does the bulk of the exercise. So I hope that helps you to be able to extend that first finger back and use the stronger finger to open your hand and be able to reach larger intervals.